Today, for the very first time, I'm going to check out an album that was released earlier this year by one of my all-time favorite bands, a Japanese metal band called MUCC. This is New World. Hello everybody and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on my channel. And this is a total spur of the moment just on a whim recording and reaction. So earlier today I did my Stabbing Westward reaction, and which was great. I really liked the album. I got most of my stuff set up the same way, but I did move my records around back there, and if you want to hear a little bit more about my records, you can watch the very end of my Stabbing Westward video, which I have a little bit of an extra section in there talking about why I put those up there and taking the ones down that I had up there for quite a while. But for this video, if you've never seen a video on my channel before, first of all, what's going to happen is I'm going to listen to this album all the way through from front to back for the very first time, talking over the music and giving you my thoughts. After I'm done listening, I will give my sort of overall thoughts or give my album review, if you will. So in the description of this video, you'll notice timestamps for all the different relevant sections, including all the individual tracks. So if you want to, if you have a favorite track, you want to skip to my reaction to that song, feel free to go ahead and do that. Now, in the description of this video, I will also include a link to listen along with me on Spotify. I will try to include the actual album audio from this album in this video. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. On my channel, as of the day I'm recording this, I recently tried to upload my Muse reaction to the new Muse album, Will of the People, and unfortunately, it got blocked in all countries around the world, and so I had to go back, re-render the video with no music whatsoever, which is a huge bummer to me, and I know a huge bummer to everyone watching out there that was excited to watch the video, because I know you guys like to listen you like to hear what I'm hearing. And, I try to do it in such a way that I always display on screen which song's playing at what time, so you can kind of sync stuff up. However, I get that it's kind of annoying, and the easiest way for everybody, including me editing, is to just include the audio that I'm listening to. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will work. However, I will say MUCC, very little of MUCC's music is available on the internet in the United States. Like, I'm not too sure. If you just search for MUCC on YouTube, pretty much the only thing that's there is their actual YouTube page, which they have been posting a lot of stuff there over the last few years, doing live performances during COVID and things. But for the most part, you cannot just go on YouTube and listen to a MUCC song. Maybe you could find a couple, but for the most part, you really cannot. Some of my all-time favorite MUCC tracks, you just can't listen to them on YouTube. You can go listen to a lot of them on Spotify, but even their whole catalog's not available on Spotify. So, I really don't know. If I hope that I can use this audio in this video. However, if I can't, I sincerely apologize for it. Know that I wanted to use the audio, and I just couldn't. YouTube wouldn't let me do it. So feel free to listen along with me, whatever. If you want to just skip to the very end of the video, you can, like I said, you can do that, whatever. Don't worry about that. So before I get into this, I just have to say that because this is so spur of the moment, I don't really have stuff set up the way I normally would, maybe. You can see my knees here. I got this comically little table in front of me, which is actually just a tabletop sitting on top of another table. That was a dangerous thing to do. Very, wobbly, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just here to listen to some MUCC. Now, before okay, one thing I should say is, if you want to hear my full, complete thoughts on MUCC in their back catalog, last year, was it last year? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. Let me check real quick. When did MUCC come out? MUCC came out when? 2020? No way. 2 years ago already? Well, it says on here MUCC Plus 2 came out in 2020. So in 2020, which was the year that I believe I started my reaction channel. Gosh, time is crazy. But anyway, I have reacted on my channel to MUCC's last album, MUCC. Now, that was before MUCC Plus 2 came out. So, I guess I'll just say well, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. My thoughts are all flustered. like I was saying, in that video, which you can find on my channel, that's where I go in depth on my entire MUCC catalog and all my MUCC CDs and my favorite stuff, my favorite albums of theirs. Just so that you know, I guess I haven't really thought about it that much, but my absolute favorite MUCC albums for sure are Miyaku Haku and Kayutai, and of course, Aku. I think Aku is fantastic. It was my #1 album of that year of 2020. And that was before I even found out about Aku Plus 2. I think Aku Plus 2 is obviously even better because it has 2 bonus songs. But the really interesting thing about that, to talk about that for just a second here on my channel, is that Aku was mastered by someone else. And Aku Plus 2 were the guy from the band that plays the guitar, and I'm so sorry, I forgot his name. He does a lot of their like production stuff, and I believe he took and actually mastered Aku Plus 2. So it's really, really rare that you get the chance to hear the same album mastered by 2 different people with 2 different masters. It's really a rare situation, and I think that Aku Plus 2 had a little bit less compression on it, and it had a little bit more high frequencies, like a little bit less frequency roll-off, a little more high frequencies left in the mix. But the kick drum was definitely less present, and I feel like the low end was a little bit less managed. So Aku, the regular version of the album, the red version, the red on the cover, that album I felt had much more... the kick was more present, and that's probably just a little bit of an EQ bump that the mastering engineer did. But I feel like there was a little bit more compression overall, and I honestly can't tell you which of the masters I actually prefer. I think Aku Plus 2 is probably better just because there's the 2 bonus songs on it, and I don't mind there being slightly less compression, maybe slightly less low end, but I do think that Aku was mastered pretty well. I think overall, the album itself was not really mixed the best. I think it was a little bit muddy, and I think that it's definitely not the highest quality sounding audio in their catalog, even though I do think that it might be their most consistent and best album that they've ever released. I think that it's so fantastic. I haven't listened to it a lot since 2020, and then when I listened to Aku Plus 2 several times, I was really excited about that. However, I cannot find anywhere online that I can purchase Aku Plus 2 at all. And the only way that I could purchase Aku is to spend like $35-40, I don't even know how much with shipping, on eBay to purchase a copy of Aku. And that's way out of my price range. So I don't actually have a physical copy of Aku, and I don't know if I'll ever get one. And I don't actually think they ever made physical copies of Aku Plus 2. And as far as I know, there's no place online where you can go to purchase the like lossless files for Aku Plus 2. So if anybody knows of a good reputable website where you can purchase, some of MUCC's catalog or things like that are a little bit tougher to find, especially when they're not made in physical format, put it in the comments and let me know. So for this album, I will say for New World, someone commented on one of my videos earlier this year on my channel, and they said, you should go react to the new Muse album. Or, sorry, not Muse. You should go react to the new MUCC album. And I was like, what? A new MUCC album? I had no clue. And so for some reason, I think I went and looked, and for some reason I was thinking it was like a smaller thing, like an EP, like 8 songs. But I just went and checked right now, and it's 13 songs long, 55 minutes long. I had no clue. This is a full MUCC album, according to this. Now, I don't know. It could be all sorts of weird, funky stuff. It might be an experimental thing they did. It might all be instrumental. I have no clue. But, I don't know. I'm shocked. That same person in that same comment, which I can't remember which video it was. It might have actually been someone that watched my old reaction for Aku. But they also commented that the singer Tetsuro, I think, not sure how to pronounce it, the singer released a solo album. And I was like, oh, but that sounds awesome. I'd love to check that out too. And so, I kind of put it off for a long time and haven't really thought about it that much, but here we are, and I thought I would do this quick little video, and, I don't want to make it look like I don't care about this album because I'm doing it on the spur of the moment. I have a comically small table. You can actually see my knees in the video, which is not something that I would, I don't really care, but, whatever. I didn't really do too much to my set or anything. I basically just left it, and so, I wasn't planning on this being like a big reaction. However, 13 full MUCC songs, I might be about to listen to the best album of the year. And that's just the simple fact. That's how much I love MUCC. So, I don't know. Let's just get into this. This is a real short intro for me in my videos, but let's just get into this. Before we do, though, I want you to look right here at the table, and I'll be right back with you in a second. So I already had my pop for the day earlier when I recorded my Stabbing Westward video, and it's not a set in stone rule, but in our house, in my house, all growing up, it was always a rule, 1 pop a day, 1 soda a day. And so instead, I went and got this awesome sparkling water from Walmart. It's their brand, I believe it is. I'm not sure if it's their brand, but it's just clear American. If you've not tried any of Walmart's like sparkling water, it's fantastic. It is the exact opposite of something like bubbly or what's that hideously gross one? The one that everyone was drinking a few years ago. It's disgusting, like the most disgusting thing. I can't think of it. If I do think of it, I'll mention it. But there's the super popular sparkling water. Anyway, I still have what's left of my cherry Kool-Aid ice from earlier when I did Stabbing Westward. And so I've got black cherry sparkling water with, which there is carbonation and stuff in here, although I believe it's, yeah, 0 sugar, 0 calories. Still tastes fantastic. All right, without further ado, let's possibly listen to the best album of the year. Now, I have to say that with my headphones, I have an extra cable here attached to them that I have to use, and it reverses the stereo image. So if I'm talking about the mix, and I hear something, and I say something for me is off to one side, and for you it's on the other side, no, that's just because at the moment I wasn't thinking about the fact that my stereo image is reversed. So hopefully we don't have any issues. I think everything's all good. Yeah, let's just start this. I am shocked. I will say I am listening to this on Spotify, so when I get ads and stuff, I'll just edit them out of the video. I will have clearly labeled on the screen here what is playing at the moment, so you'll be able to know what's going on. And again, I will have timestamps. So let's just go ahead and right away with Hoshinigawa. Ooh, an I after an A. Hoshinigawa, Hoshinigawa. Ooh, very sorry. Do not speak Japanese. Love MUCC, love a lot of Japanese bands, but, you know, we'll see. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. I have no clue what to expect. Let's go. Okay, it's starting. Anxious to see how heavy the album is. I feel like the last 2 MUCC albums have actually been really heavy, but the songwriting has been fantastic. I'm hoping the mix is better. Right away, the guitars sound massive, and they sound like they have more high frequencies in them. Let's see what the vocals do. This is awesome. I'm so excited. I wasn't prepared for this. My soul wasn't ready. Usually I spend days thinking about these videos before I record them. Not today. Vocal right in the middle, nice delay spread to the sides. Nice beat, nice flow here. Reverb. Ooh, nice whispered tracks. Doubled, spread wide to the... Oh, those guitars are coming. Lots of low end in the guitars, you can tell. Ha. Yes. Okay. Lots of harmony vocals here, background vocals, really nice. Ooh, piano. I was wondering if we were going to get piano because I know for Aku, that was, I believe, their first or maybe their second, if you include that Kawarata piano tribute to Living Dead thing, which I've actually never listened to. That was their first album that they did with the piano player that they have in the band now. And I believe Aku then was their first like main album where he helped write and stuff. I'm not positive about that, but so I was wondering if there'd be piano here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It sounds nice and crisp. The guitars have a lot of low end in them, so there's a lot of low end stuff kind of fighting maybe. I think that there could have been a lot of that taken out. I really can't even hear the bass guitar at all. Ooh, love that. The room sound on that snare as they're doing some rolling. Maybe not rolls is necessarily. Awesome. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I love the rawness of the mix. That's definitely one of the things that I love about Kayu Tai the most. Oh, this is great. And listen to how you hear that sort of like shh. That's the sound from the amps, I believe. It was nice. It was in the middle. It wasn't off to the sides or anything. It was intentional. They could have removed that probably. But guitar solo. Gosh, those screams. Big soaring chorus feel here. Big, nice, straight, long vocal phrases. Very nice. The guitar is very crunchy, detuned, very low in the back. Very nice, but still feels like a soaring chorus. I have to say I'm excited about the mix. I really am. I don't know what to expect. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm excited for this. There's a little bit of bass in there in the middle. Just so detuned, I think. All right, now Zanbaran. Or Zanbaran. Or Zanbaran. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I gotta be careful. I don't want to slap my knees as I'm sitting here. Yeah! Oh, yeah. Woo! Whoa. Nice there again. Big choral feeling to the vocals there. Ooh, sort of like off timing of the hi-hat beat there. Really interesting. Whoa. Oh, that double bass kick drum. Yeah. That snare drum. Oh, listen to it, the frequency of the snare drum. Weird, it almost sounds like someone going every time the snare drum gets hit. But that's just the hollowness of the drum. The snares are not turned really loud, it's tuned very tightly. Or maybe a little looser. It's amazing to me. Oh. I just love the fact that you can listen to music in other languages, still connect with it on a musical level. I've talked on my channel before so much about how I personally don't necessarily connect to music on a lyrical level, on like a deep, meaningful, personal level lyrically. I listen to the music and try to feel that as a whole experience, but also picking little tiny things here and there out. Great. Very chaotic. A little distorted, the vocal there as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Back to the chorus, I believe. Yep. The guitars are very wide, too, I want to point out. Significantly less piano, almost no piano or anything here. So maybe this album is without that piano player, because they still could have synth elements, piano elements without that piano player. So I don't know. Wow, the double bass there. I'm not sure, like, I guess I should try to, if anyone has any articles about the writing of this album, interviews they did or anything like that, let me know. Okay, this is Goner. Historically, track 3 on MUCC albums is usually one of my favorites. I don't know why, but that's usually worked out that way. Love this. The female. Okay, nice. Let's settle in. We're gonna be here for a while. Yeah! Oh, sorry, Crow. Yes! Woohoo! I love how I can go just crushing to, like, sort of happy. I feel like that's definitely a Japanese metal thing. And a MUCC thing specifically, but the two Japanese metal bands that I absolutely love, Maximum the Hormone and MUCC, both do that. They switch styles so fast, but it never feels like a gimmick to me. I've heard lots of Japanese metal bands where it seems like it's like a shocking shift to, like, that's their gimmick. It becomes like a novel part of their music. MUCC is not like that. I've never felt like their shifting styles is a gimmick, but sorry, I gotta pay attention. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Oh, nice. Whoa, that low vocal there. I really hope that you guys can hear me. I really hope that you guys can hear the music. Oh my gosh. Yeah! This might be the best mixed MUCC album. And they've got some really good ones, you know? Shion is really good. Shangri-La's mixed really good. The End of the World, is that what this one's called? Yeah, The End of the World is actually mixed really good. All their albums are mixed good in different ways. You know, even Coma, is that what it is? Karma. Even Karma is mixed really well for what it's trying to be. And their older stuff is a little bit more raw, with obviously less synths and things, mixed less poppy, but still mixed really well. But this, listen to that in the background, those reverb vocals. A lot of reverb on the guitar as well. Guitar on the right, less so. Let's go. Yeah. Love the big soaring. What I was saying earlier, though, I really hope you guys can hear the music. Otherwise, all my breathing and stuff is going to be really annoying. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. When I'm listening to MUCC, my body does what it does. Perfect Circle. Wonder if they're a fan of A Perfect Circle. Whoa. I thought those guitar chords were a little interesting there. That riff was a little interesting between the ba-ba. Whoa. That really dry electronic cymbal, or sound. Interesting. Well, I doubt this is another MUCC album I will never be able to afford. But man, oh man. You guys, this is so great. I had no clue. I was not expecting a MUCC album, like a full one. I don't know why. Let's go. I'm so sorry I don't remember their names of the guys in the band, but the guitar player, one of my all-time favorite guitar players. Amazing riffs, but just like one of my other favorite guitar players is Graham Coxon, and I feel like they're both really amazing in very different ways, but for the same reasons. Just like uniqueness of playing, not being afraid to play what you kind of expect them to play. Always adding a little bit of a twist to something, doing things in odd ways, coming up with these really unique and interesting parts, but not being afraid to experiment and try things, but at the same time not being afraid to just play the straightforward part that needs to be there to serve the song. So fantastic. That electronic thing in there is very interesting. It's so present. And it's not just in the middle, so it's not mono. Bass sounds great here. I feel like the vocals are a little bit crazier than they normally are. Like he's definitely going all over the place. But man, it's amazing. Man, the keyboards in this really interesting. And then obviously that like wah pedal guitar thing going on. There's the jazz chords right here. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, it sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. I love it. Whew. If the audio for this does get flagged and I can't include it, I should do like a time lapse of me just dancing and swaying like an idiot. I know I'm so self-conscious about it, but man, if you're listening along with me, you get it. If you're not listening with me and you're just watching me, probably pretty funny. The piano part. Just trucking away on probably the A string. I don't know what it's tuned to. Drums sound fantastic, as MUCC's drums always do. There is just a way that their drums sound that's this raw, loose feel to them. I just absolutely love all MUCC's albums, the way the drums sound. And the way that they can use electronic drums when they want to and switch over. Amazing. A lot of cavernous, reverby stuff happening on a lot of these songs too, but they're not losing the intimate sounds, the intimate closeness of love it. Love it, love it. They can do whatever they want in any song. It's absolutely amazing. Love it. I feel like that song had a little bit less discernible of a chorus, and the last third of the song was something a little different. We're back. Hack. Love that. Now this feels like something Maximum the Hormone could do. Interesting, the reverb everywhere. But everything's so crystal clear that the reverb is like creating a space. It's like they're playing in a big space. Now the reverb's gone from the guitar, if you'll notice. There was some spring reverb on that. Oh. What a groove. And that bass just perfect. It's unfair when MUCC releases an album in a year. It's just unfair to any other bands. Whoa. Whoa. Amazing. Amazing. I've always loved those. Every MUCC album, except for Aku, every MUCC album had those like one or two or maybe three songs that were just like completely different than everything else. Whether they were like a blues thing or a jazzy thing or like a piano thing or, you know, with the upright bass, something different, or a song in English. But Aku didn't have that, except for when they did the Aku Plus 2. The two songs they added were both very different, especially one of them was like the only ballad on the album, really. I love this. This is amazing. Oh, there we go. Yes, listen to that 80s sparkly guitar. Oh, awesome. It's a nice little straightforward song, but well, not straightforward, but like, well, I guess I should wait till I'm done with it. I was gonna say there's not gonna be any crazy section. Or maybe there could be a solo or something here. Vocals sound impeccably perfect like they always do. Nope. Try to guess where the drums are going to be, but you don't know. Double time on the bass. And the delay there being definitely a part of the vocal part. Big funk delay. Okay. More distorted guitar in there now. Oh, I can't hit that note. Love it. Totally dry at the end. Amazing. All right, now we're on Need. I need to hear more. Okay. Bit of a strumming riff here. Distorted vocals. Drums sound fantastic. This whole album sounds fantastic. Yes, please. Yes, please. Give it all to me. I'll take it all. I'll take every piano, every heavy guitar, every whatever you got. Give it all to me. I love it. Whoa, that could be a different vocalist. Possibly the guitar player or the bass player, maybe, I don't even know. Or the vocalist doing something crazy. They're like doing like a country thing. Wonder if that's what they were going for. I love it.
I love it when he's singing like this. That's crazy.
Just when you think, there's nothing that MUCC could do that you haven't heard before. Like, what is this? No! Who sings like that? Yo! Really makes me wonder what the singer's solo stuff is like.
I really love
This is amazing. This is like my favorite song on the album so far. Oh my god, and we're only on track 6. We're not even halfway through. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yes. Yes. Amazing. Acoustic guitar now, strummed, really nice. And then a sort of a noisy thing going on the other side, a strummed electric guitar, just open, constantly open. Drums sound really nice here too. They sound very different. Bass sounds nice and thick. Definitely tuned, probably, I would assume all the instruments tuned up significantly higher than the crunchy stuff. I will say, while I'm thinking about the album as a whole, so far, we haven't really got that. There was heavy moments on those first few songs, which usually MUCC's albums start off with heavy, and then a pop song kind of type thing, and then from there it could be whatever. But we haven't really got that like crushing song. There were a few moments there. There were a few moments. We have had some moments that's been pretty crushing, but. They can do no wrong. That is an upright piano. I'm pretty sure not a grand piano. If it is, it's definitely a smaller one. Okay, center. Piano sounds very interesting. Sounds nice. Vocals have a lot of low, mid-range in them. It's very, very intimate sounding. Okay, now I hear some guitar in there. Some harmony vocals. Unless that was just a little synth pad. Okay, total change. Cymbals sound fantastic. Wow. There's the piano's back. Okay. Piano is definitely recorded in stereo, which you can do that actually different ways with piano. There's different techniques. You can just put a stereo. You can just put a stereo pair in front of a piano to try to catch the sound that like the performer would hear. You can put it inside the. If it's a upright piano, you can open the lid, put it inside. If it's a grand piano, actually, you can put it inside. You can also place a microphone up above and then one sort of off to the side. There's different ways to do it. This sounds like it was just microphone basically placed. Love the distorted bass here. It's awesome. Really cool juxtaposed with the piano. The piano feels very wide, but it's very mid-range heavy. but they're not playing tinkly keys at all, really. So I would guess that it was put inside of maybe the cabinet, maybe. And I hear the low on the right, but it should be on the left, which is where it would be in real life, and for you it would be on the left. So. Man, this is fantastic. Little drum and bass. All of a sudden, just a little guitar solo, kind of in the same place with the guitar. Staying kind of in the middle, to the lower end. Sorry, I just promised I wasn't gonna. I don't even know if my head's out of frame. Hold on. Nope, not even close. I got a long ways to go. It's a the piano is very in your face, spread wide. I wonder if it was almost recorded like binaural or something. Which if it was, that's really cool. Really interesting song there. Really cool. R&R Darling. Which I don't know if R&R stands for Rest and Relaxation. Railroad. Love that. Some sort of little bell thing. Now they're not stepping on the hi-hat with the foot, actually hitting it. Wow. Okay, so we haven't had heavy guitars for quite a while. Love this. Ooh. Beautiful. I know some of like MUCC's different, like kind of interestingly, I mean all MUCC songs are interesting and different, but I know they've done some like anime theme songs before, and those songs always to me seem like a little bit different. I don't know if because they had like parameters they had to stay in or what, but I mean this to me sounds like it could be a cool anime theme song. So anime intro song or outro song, maybe more of an outro song, but love this. Which, while I'm speaking of anime, I guess I should say, just 2 nights ago, I just finished a new anime on Netflix. There's only 13 episodes, 1 season, called Super Crooks. I highly recommend it if you like Invincible, maybe The Boys, but very cool. Very cool, unique superhero story. Very, very neat. Didn't go the places that I thought it was going to go at all. And with only 13 episodes, you know, you guys can watch that in just a couple days. But it was really good. The animation reminded me a lot of, oh shoot, what's that other one I've been watching? They have 2 seasons of it. Oh, shoot. I'll have to look it up and put a picture or something of it up here. See, now the piano is very present as well, but it doesn't sound like the same piano from the previous song. Oh, background was really nice. Love it. I love it whenever they do guitar solos. Of course. So tasty. Everything's so tasty. This very jazzy, this. Of course. It's so crazy that MUCC is such a band that can do literally anything, but it almost makes me wonder if this album had some sort of a specific theme or some reason that it is the way it is. Generally, I don't look into the MUCC albums or anything like that. I just take them in for what they are. Background vocals really nice here. Harmony vocals in particular really nice here. There's that ooh. Acoustic guitars in there now. I feel a little bit more than they have been. Very cool. I love the gang vocals when they're in there. I really hope we get a couple more heavy songs. I enjoy this a lot though, but I could do with a couple more heavy songs. Maybe not. Nah, they're gonna fade it out. I hate that, but well, so far this album gets a 12 out of 13 on the fade out scale. Yuck. That's really disappointing. But okay. Okay, we're going to be going to color unless we get an ad, which I feel like we might. Oh! Okay, color. Okay, we're sticking with the jazz. The piano definitely present here.
Wednesday, I learned the real time was already on one night, killed it in a color. In my center, I got metal darker than a time on I marched that Thursday.
That was an interesting little breakdown there. Yeah, MUCC, they are such good musicians. They're such good songwriters. I'm a fan of that beat. Strange. Whoa. Wow. That's awesome. It sounded like a child vocal almost. Whoa. Definitely the best sounding MUCC album I think I've ever heard. Sonically. Yeah. This is great. Love that part. I love it. That's cool. It's like a sample. Is that a guitar? I mean, it sounds like a guitar, but it almost sounds like a cello or something as well. But he likes to use that sort of octave pedal that shifts things, the pitch shift pedal. Love the acoustic guitar too on the side. Want to shout that out. I'm just sitting here listening. Very cool. The vocals very dry this song. Very happy sounding. Very hopeful. Even with the heavy guitars in there. They're pretty reverb though. And they're playing bigger chords. It's not just a chunky power chord. I mean, maybe it is a power chord, but I feel like there's a little bit more to it. Which obviously we've established with the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs that basically MUCC can do anything they want. Oh, that bass. The upright bass. If it was upright bass, maybe that's what I was hearing a little bit during that guitar solo. Listen to that acoustic guitar.
Happy birthday to new world.
Happy birthday to the new world. Wow. Okay, we're going to be on track 10, Paralysis. We got 4 more to go. Like I said, I sure would love some heavy ones again. I doubt it, though. But who knows? Love that sound. A vocal. Very cool, very modern sound with that sort of vocal sample, pitch shifted, done all sorts of stuff to it. Definitely a heavier song. We'll see if we get any big, heavy, chunky riffs, but if not, soaring, you know. Man, MUCC is so awesome. You can really hear the room in that. I don't know if that's artificial or, you know, you hear the room bleed in, you hear the stuff bleed into the other microphones. Great drumming here. Really enjoying the cymbal playing. A lot of stuff going on, but not really feel like it's adding to the song, not distracting. It's actually remind me a smidge of maybe a little bit of like Goldkinder from We Butter the Bread with Butter's album Goldkinder. A little bit, maybe. I don't know. Guitar is really nice and dry here. Palm muted. Definitely sounds like they recorded that in 2 takes. Probably the palm muting part, and then the was a whole separate take with probably separate pedals and effects and separate sounding guitar completely. Would be my guess. I would definitely say that the like stereotypical, maybe not stereotypical, but the typical MUCC soaring choruses, not as much on this album have I noticed it. Maybe I've been focusing on the music too much, but I feel like there's less discernible choruses. Listen to that. Yes. Yeah. So we're back into heavy here. Love the shredding solo, So I wonder if this means that we've kind of ramped our way into the heavy again. I wonder if the next song or two will be just devastatingly crushing. That'll be like sort of a Circle Theory type of thing with the album, starting heavy, getting really quiet, not quiet, but jazzy in the middle, and then ramping back up. And then I hope the last song I see is 5 minutes, 42 seconds long. I hope that's an amazing ballad. MUCC always does such cool, unique, interesting, really catchy things with their ballads, and I really like that. Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yep. Yeah. Nice with that sort of guitar in the middle, like leading things. And definitely hear piano. All sorts of crazy toms and drum fill there. Sounds fantastic. Like I said, this album definitely sounds better. I wonder if we'll get an ad here. Are they gonna frustrate me? Nope, 0. What do you got? Okay, wow. We've shifted to like thrashy a bit. Wow. Interesting. Wow. That's like 4. There's a lot of guitars going on here, I feel. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, that's awesome. Love the gang vocals. Lead vocals dry in the middle, but also doubled. Also in the middle of the double. Or the overdub. Yeah. This is just for the guitar player to have fun. And the drummer too. Ooh, yeah. Very fast palm muted picking there. Very nice and clean too. And it's higher up on the guitar too. It's not like crushingly low where everything kind of gets muddled together and it just sounds heavy. The higher up on the guitar you do things, the more accurately you have to do them. And when I say higher up on the guitar, I mean, you know, the lowest note to the highest note. The higher you go, the more accurately you would have to play, especially rhythmic things. Yeah! Of course. Oh, yeah. Oh, low sweeping. Harmony part. Love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. Yeah, that piano slide there. This is great. I really don't have much to comment on other than to just absorb it, you know? Love it. Love it. A lot more straightforward here now at the end of the song. Definitely the piano, but that at the beginning of the song there was all sorts of technical things happening, and then obviously, you know, as the song went on, I feel like we've gotten a little bit more straightforward as the song's gone on. You know, we've had crazy guitar solos and things and all of that, but at the beginning of the song there was all sorts of weird stuff going on. I wonder if they'll go back to that for the ending of the song here. Yeah, it's basically exactly what I said. What an interesting riff. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, track 13. This is a shorter one, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. This is Ikitoshi. Okay. Oh, okay, piano. Okay, yep. Definitely the snares there's more of the snare sound in the snares for this song. It's really nice. Maybe I'm just noticing it more, but Guitar sounds really nice off to the side. So I have to kind of come to terms with the fact that this is like one of the least heavy MUCC albums, and that's okay. I really enjoyed everything that I heard. Especially love the production. I'm a little disappointed that they can't have that amazing good production when they do an album full of heavy songs like Aku. You know, if Aku was mixed like this, it'd probably be my #1 favorite album of all time. But because it is mixed the way that it is, it definitely isn't up there. You know, it leaves a lot to be wanting, but the mix is perfect. And I actually really like all the songs so far. There's obviously nothing I've heard that I didn't enjoy. And I know I'm just talking over this one, but I'll save my thoughts for the end. Love the guitar there, obviously. Yeah, we're back to the riff from the beginning of the song. Now we're already halfway through the song, too. Now the bass sounds like a synth bass on this song. Could be played, but it sounds like... It doesn't sound like a bass guitar. Which is an interesting choice, you know, on a song that's like a bit of a slower one. The crazy reverb is back. It's less intimate and dry. Sayonara. I believe that's goodbye or hello. I'm not sure. That's awesome. I love when he shifts to that very breathy, high register falsetto. Okay, the guitar pedal was hit and we're distorted now. Got a neat flow going here with the vocals. And that piano's still going in the background, very encompassing. Whoa. And that, let's automate that reverb to just enormous. Okay, interesting. All right, we'll be on the last one. This is World, 5 minutes, 42 seconds. I assume it's going to be a nice ballad. That was kind of a ballady song. Interesting, not much structure to it. We'll see here. Will it be piano-based? Okay. Awesome. Wow. That sounds like a lot of people. Big chorus. Very cool. Wonder if they had like a crowdsource thing where people were sending clips of themselves singing. Love the organ. I haven't noticed a lot of organ on the album at all. Does this song feature an orchestra? That would be awesome. And a choir. That's a cool, very like a Beatles sounding, Mellotron type sounding thing. Could just be a flute though. Wow. Sounds fantastic. Vocals doubled the entire time so far. Doing the harmony vocal. We gotta go back to that big jarring chorus for the chorus, right? Definitely lots of reverb here too. nice chorus. This is what I'm talking about, the sort of typical MUCC chorus, the soaring, big, catchy chorus. Ooh, okay. That little organ in there, very nice. Back to the big group. I think that's a big, like, sort of like, almost sounds like a church organ type of thing. Very encompassing sound in there. Very much like a live sound, having the bass be in there. Almost sounds like reverb on the bass. Yeah. This definitely sounds like a very positive, hopeful song. Now we're piano. So we've switched from the organ to the piano. Could still be some organ in there as well, but there's still that sort of woofiness happening. Yep, there's the organ. Again, it's almost taking the function of like a church organ type sound. Yep, kick sounds fantastic, as it has the whole album. Yeah, you gotta bring that back here. There's all this crazy reverb happening. Swirling stuff. Yeah, there we go. You gotta end it like that, right? With everything in there. So you're the piano back there playing the chords too. Guitarist chugging, bass. Also your acoustic guitar strumming. One in the middle and possibly one off to the right or left too. Awesome. Awesome. Well, there we have a new MUCC album. I had no clue, like I said. Blows me away. Every time, MUCC is just absolutely incredible. They are one of those bands that just really shock me every time that I hear one of their albums for the first time. It's absolutely incredible. You know, even their albums that I don't necessarily, you know, sometimes they'll have an album and then their next album, to me, isn't as good as their previous album. There's always something to really admire. There's always something to really love about a MUCC album. And on this album, for sure, I think that it was the production, the crispness, the clearness. The drums sounded fantastic, probably better than they ever have before. Less raw, definitely more tight and more like a drum kit, I guess, rather than sometimes I feel like there's this really neat looseness to the way the drums are played and recorded and mixed and edited. That really gives MUCC a little bit of a different sort of a sound. And I hear it in some other Japanese bands as well, like with Duran Gray or something like that, just as an example. And so, Hold on, I guess I don't need this anymore. Sorry. So I loved every song on that album. I think the last song wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it's cool. You could tell that it was probably a really special thing that they did, and I wonder, like I said, if they crowdsourced that vocal part there. Almost seems like that could have been for some sort of like a benefit thing, which is really cool. And I know that they did a lot during COVID for benefit stuff for COVID and whatnot. So that definitely could have been a song that was like a benefit type thing. It sounded like that to me. And even if not, still a good song. They have all sorts of songs that I feel like you can tell they were like, let's try to make this one a little bit more like for the masses maybe. And that one really definitely was like that, although it was almost 6 minutes long. So it's like I was saying, the album starts out heavy, and then it sort of becomes less heavy and turns into like this jazzy fest for like 7 songs or more. Usually with the MUCC album, you get like a majority of the songs are, well, if there was 10 tracks, you'd probably get 6 heavy tracks, 1 or 2 jazz songs, and then 3 or 4, 2 or 3 or however, whatever, left would be ballads. Usually there's 2 or 3 ballads, 1 or 2 sort of jazzy, crazy electronic songs, whatever, something that's totally different genre. And then the rest of them are maybe split between the sort of like pop punk, maybe poppy, like heavy distortion and stuff, and then the crazy metal stuff with the soaring vocals. But this album started with the crazy heavy stuff with the soaring vocals, and just detuned to crazy, probably like to B or A even, maybe down-tuned to B or A. And then it slowly got a little bit more jazzy as the songs went on, to the point where then we had like 6 or 7 songs in a row that were just basically like cool jazzy songs, still without elements of different things and, more classic MUCC elements. And I feel like, this album definitely uses distorted guitar like the least of their albums that I've heard, maybe with the exception of Karma had a lot of pop stuff on it, and a lot of like, wasn't a lot of super heavy stuff, but when it was heavy, it was clean and crisp and clear like this. And there was a lot of heavy moments on it, I guess. And the ballad at the end of that album is really good. Really like the ballad at the end of Kayutai. I would have liked to have had one more like slow ballad on this album, but we did get that nice piano song that then, built up a little bit. I can't state it enough. I think the production on this was fantastic. I think it is the best production I've ever heard on a MUCC album. And I have not heard everything they've ever done, but I've heard a lot of it, you can see. They've been a band for a long time, and for them to have an album that sounds this fantastic this late in their career, I love it. I really hope that that their next album, or whatever they decide to do next, isn't a step down quality-wise. I want everything from now on from MUCC to sound at least this good, if not better. It would have been, they have songs on several of their albums that feature like strings, and I don't know if they've ever done a song with like a full orchestra or anything like that, but they definitely have string sections and whatnot on some of their ballads and some of their songs. And, it was neat to hear a little bit of that maybe on the last, well, it was more organs and things, but there was really none of that on this album, the big bombastic like strings or anything like that. Not that the strings that they have are bombastic. They're usually lush strings that kind of feature in the background. It would definitely be neat if they did some sort of a crazy, like James Bond sounding like bombastic thing. That would be awesome. And that's one thing that they haven't really done throughout their career. But I just loved it. I thought it was great. I think that I'm a little thrown off with the jazz section in the middle. And I don't know if at the beginning there, the first like 5-6 songs, I was so pumped. And I was like, it's unfair to other bands when MUCC releases an album in a year, because they could never have the best album that year because MUCC has released an album. And I don't know if this album will end up being my number one or not. There's some really, really fantastic albums that came out this year. My list of top 12 this year is going to be so hard to put together. Maybe it won't be super hard to put together, but it's probably going to be the strongest, maybe one of the strongest lists I've ever put together. From front to back, every album is going to be solid. There will be several 10 out of 10 albums on my list this year. Just thinking off the top of my head, the The Poets of the Fall album, Ghostlight, is a 10 out of 10 album. That album is fantastic. I truly believe that the Muse album, Will of the People, is a 10 out of 10 album. Now, I don't think that album's going to be, that'll probably be my top 5 maybe, but we also have the Lights album, Pep, that came out earlier this year. You know, we still have the Editors album, which I'm really looking forward to. Their last album, Violence, to me is a 10 out of 10. So this album, hopefully it's better than Violence, and it is, you know, 10 out of 10 as well. You know, we have had lots of great stuff. We still have Demon Hunter. We still have the Rasmus. We still have lots of interesting stuff to come out the rest of the year, the last few months here. But this was just such a nice surprise for me. I had no clue it was going to be this nice full album. Like I said while I was listening, I wonder if there's more of a story to this that I know of, that I'm aware of. If you know about this album and about the recording of it and about, you know, everything, if there's a story or a theme surrounding it, let me know, because it definitely seems like the middle album, there was more jazzy, like real jazzy stuff on here. That crazy sort of like almost country song where he was singing like this kind of thing was really neat. I loved that. I thought that was cool. That's probably my favorite song on the album. It's just a MUCC album is such a journey that when you listen to it, when you're done, it's almost like I can't really remember what the first half of the album sounded like, other than I remember it being heavier. But I need to just go back and listen to it more times, you know? And for me, like with Aku, the thing that kept shocking me was every time I would listen to that album, I would be like, oh, that's right, I remember this song. I remember this song. I remember this song. I can sing along with this song. I can sing along with this song, this song, this song. And there was so many songs on that album, I think 13 or 14, and then the Aku plus 2 brings it up to like 16 or 17. Every one of those tracks, full songs, amazing. There's really good heavy stuff. There's really no ballad on the album other than the one from Aku plus 2, one of those 2 songs. But like everything on Aku is like perfect. And like I said, if Aku was mixed like this album, like New World is, it would be probably my number 1 favorite album of all time. As it is, Aku, I believe, was my number 1 favorite MUCC album, which I really do like Kayutai, and I really like Miyaku Haku as well. But Aku, there was just something special about the consistency of the awesomeness that happened there that I really, really, really love. I just wish that it was mixed better. And I've never, actually to this day, I've never heard a lossless version of Aku plus 2. So maybe that version would be much better. I mean, I've heard Aku plus 2 just on Spotify, but that's just 192 kilobit MP3s. So like I said, if there's a place online for me to purchase the Aku plus 2 album lossless, please let me know. Reputable sites only, obviously. But man, I loved it. I loved this. I thought it was great. So many individual moments that just like were blowing my mind at the time in the moment. And I can't even remember some of them. Now, admittedly, I was a little tired when I started this and everything. And like I said, I did it kind of on a whim. But I love it. I think it's fantastic. I will definitely look into it more, listen to it more, talk about it in my top 12 albums of the year video at the end of the year, because definitely this album is going to be on there. And it probably will end up in the first half, would be my guess. I can't imagine it being any lower than 7. But like I said, we've had an absolute banger of a year for music here. We're getting close to rivaling 2010, which is, to me, the best year of music that's ever been. My top 3 albums that year, 4 of my all-time favorite albums were released in 2010. Pendulums, I think it was released in 2010, but then released worldwide 2011. But Pendulum's Immersion, Black Keys Brothers, BT These Hopeful Machines, and then also Raunchy's A Discord Electric was released. And those are 4 of my absolute favorite albums of all time, all in 1 year. Absolutely insane to think about that. Plus, there was other really good stuff that year, too. And this year we've got New Birthday Massacre that was really good. We've got a lot of really good stuff. So it's going to be interesting. But I love this MUCC album. The production was fantastic. If you just skip to the end and you keep hearing me talking about how the production was fantastic, maybe go listen to me talking about the first 4 or 5 songs, and you'll get a little bit more specific detail on why I think the production sounds better here than it has in previous MUCC albums. But yeah, There's nothing else to say. MUCC is fantastic. MUCC is awesome. They totally surprised me with this. I had no clue. And now I got to go try to search the internet to see if there's a physical copy of this on CD anywhere, which I highly doubt. So I guess that what I said for Aku Plus 2 goes for this as well. If there's a website that you can download legally lossless versions of MUCC's catalog, the last few albums, please let me know, because I would definitely like to do that. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time with whatever is next, probably the editors. We'll see. I'm not sure when this video is going to get posted. If it ends up being closer to Halloween or whatever, happy Halloween, happy fall, and hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, rest of their week, whenever you happen to watch this. Hope everything's going great. And if it wasn't going great, hopefully listening to some MUCC helped your day like it really helped mine. So, thank you very much, and I will see you next time. No! Well, at least we'll get the last two songs without an ad.
It's a miracle, and she cured me from my vices.
Hear the full track on Spotify.
Ikitoshi.